That single idea is, well, it's everything. It's not about being a genius. It's not even about raw talent. It's just about having a target, a clear direction.
Hey there and welcome. So today we are going to unpack the system from Brian Tracy's absolute classic goals. It's this foundational formula he says can help you get anything you want way faster than you probably think is possible. So let's dive in and see how it all works. Okay, so before Brian Tracy became this, world-renowned success guru, his life looked pretty different. We're talking a string of dead-end, back-breaking jobs. He didn't even graduate high school. He just kind of drifted from one tough gig to the next, often out of work, and with absolutely no idea where he was going. But then, sometime in his mid-20s, boom, everything changed. I mean, you can see the turning point right here on this timeline. He stumbles upon this system for setting goals, and his life just takes off like a rocket. Seriously, he went from wondering where his next meal was coming from to building a 95-person sales team and literally training other people to become millionaires. So, what was this magic system? Well, it all starts with something really foundational. A total shift in your mindset. Before any of the techniques or strategies can even begin to work, you have to get on board with one incredibly powerful truth. So according to Tracy, the single biggest reason people don't hit their goals is blame. It's so easy, right? To blame your boss or your parents or the economy, anything and everything except yourself. But when you do that, you're just handing over all of your power. The antidote then is, well, it's simple, but it's definitely not easy. You have to accept 100% responsibility for your own life. Every bit of it. You're right here, right now, because of the things you've done and the things you haven't done. And you know what that means? It means you, and only you, have the power to change it. I love this metaphor. It's so powerful. Just imagine for a second that you are the president, the CEO of You Incorporated. You're in charge of everything, sales, marketing, R&D, and the product, that's you. The moment you start thinking that way, the excuses they just fall away and you start making real progress. Okay, so you've taken total ownership. Now what? Well, now it's time to get into the action. And this isn't about, vague wishing or daydreaming. We're talking about a concrete daily practice. This right here, this is the core exercise of the entire book. It's super simple. Every single day, you're going to write down your top 10 goals. And here's the trick. Not I will earn, but I earn. Not I will weigh, but I weigh. You write them as if they're already done, already a reality in your life. So, why on earth does this work? I mean, it sounds almost too simple, right? Well, this little habit is so much more than a to-do list. By doing it every day, you are literally programming your subconscious mind. You're impressing these goals deep into your brain, and then it goes to work 24/7 to make them happen. Your brain starts to see the world differently, spotting little opportunities you would have just walked right by before. All right, so you've got your action plan, but the next battle, that one's internal. Because at the end of the day, your outer world is just a mirror of your inner world, of your beliefs. And this idea, the law of belief, is a total game changer. Think of your beliefs as a filter on reality. If you truly believe you're bad with money, your brain will unconsciously scan the world for evidence to prove you right. It's wild. Your reality isn't shaped by facts out there. It's shaped by the deep convictions you hold in here. So let's just pause on that for a second. Really think about it. What if that self-limiting belief you carry around, the one, that you're not creative, or you're not a natural leader, or you're just not good enough, what if it's all just a story? A story you learned a long time ago that has absolutely zero basis in reality. So how do you fix that? Well, you have to actively challenge those old stories and replace them with new, empowering ones. You can see the formula right here. You literally just start acting as if the new belief is already true. And over time, your actions and then your reality will start to catch up. And this idea, it's not just about fuzzy beliefs, it applies to your actual skills too. Tracy says you could be just one skill away from doubling your income. Just let that sink in. Not 10 new skills, not another college degree. Mastering one single critical skill in your field could be the lever that changes your entire life. And that's so incredibly empowering, isn't it? Success isn't some genetic lottery you lost at birth. It's just a matter of learning. If someone's better than you at something, it just means they've learned and practiced a skill that you haven't yet. That's all it is. All right, on to the final piece of this whole puzzle. And this one's a biggie, because you can have the perfect mindset, you can have the most brilliant plan, but without this one quality, honestly, none of it matters.
We have to totally change the way we think about failure. It's not a stop sign. It's a stepping stone. It's just feedback. Henry Ford put it perfectly. He said, failure is merely an opportunity to more intelligently begin again. It's just part of the process.
And this quote from Calvin Coolidge just says it all, doesn't it? Talent isn't enough. The world is full of talented failures. Genius isn't enough. Unrewarded genius is practically a proverb. Even education isn't the whole story. But persistence? Yeah, that is almost impossible to beat. And here's what it all boils down to. Your willingness to just keep going when things get tough, that is the true measure of how much you believe in your goal. And maybe more importantly, how much you believe in yourself. It's your character in action right there. So let's just quickly put it all together. The whole formula is this powerful loop. First, you take 100% responsibility. You're the president, remember? Then you create that daily action plan. Write down those 10 goals. Next, you master your mindset because your beliefs create your reality. And finally, you just persist until you win. You never, ever give up. That whole thing, that is the engine that drives all achievement. So I want to leave you with one last question. Forget about 10 goals for a minute. Just focus on one. What is the one single goal that if you achieved it would have the greatest, most positive impact on your entire life? Find that one thing. And please, start today.